Paris, France. The 1989 World Figure Skating Championships.
Big step up to these World Championships for Karen Preston, the somewhat surprising new Canadian ladies champion. With her victory there, she really did startle a lot of people. She was here in the figures 17th. Skates at the Toronto Cricket Club. Osborne Cotson is her very proud coach. She's a competitor, though, taller. She's a fighter.
Very strong combination right off the top. Karen has exactly the same sort of nerves that a Kurt Browning would have for competing. She seems to get better in competition, which is a wonderful quality. A simple series of spirals, but very well done, very high and elegantly performed. Very good. A double axel, a particularly difficult place to put it in the program, which was very near the end. This is a clean performance. She could be really proud of this, as can her teacher, Osborne Colson. This is exactly the way the short program should be skated. Clean, simple, and uncluttered. This was an excellent debut into the World Championships. A good, strong, clean program. Very, very good.
Yeah, she should be well pleased with that. The Canadian contingent, of course, and there in the little white cap is Coach Osborne. He has to be very, very happy and proud. He's waited a long time to have someone skating up here in these World Championships. And he is extremely happy, I'm sure, for his little protege. She is still very young. She's only in her teens, of course. And you must remember that in the figures here, she was 17th. So to move up against a lot of very, very good young competitors, it's going to be quite a... The highest mark, and that's from the Italian judge, and there's not a judge from the Soviet Union on this panel either, which is sort of strange, or the United States, which is really, but they draw nowadays for people who are going to be on the judges panel, so that's, you take what you get. And she looks happy enough there, I think. And now let's wait and see what her second set of marks, very comparable, up to a 5-4 again from the Italian judge, Franco Benini, who really liked her. And with those, as far as this original program is concerned, she has the second best marks in that, and that puts her at the present time in 4th place overall. A long way to go, but she's not going to go down. She's going to certainly improve on her 17th place. Charlene Wong is 23 now, was expected to be the new Canadian champion. That did not happen. But she came here full of determination and had a very good first figure to take 8th place in the compulsories after both of them. Coached by the Dunfields, of course, Elizabeth Manley's mentors.
program. She's skating it with a lot of flair, a lot of style. There's some clever choreographic nuances to the program. Clean and sophisticated. There's one problem, of course, I'm holding back, and that is she neglected to do a triple combination. Now, in this very lofty group of world competitors, that's almost a prerequisite. With the Yamaguchi, she opted to do a triple latch with the double toe loop. Karen Preston did a triple toe loop, double toe loop. And so I think on the technical marks, certainly she cannot hope to get the top marks, but the program was clean and wrought with a lot of charm, which is something we don't always see in the women's competition. But again, the flaw was the fact that she did not do a triple in the combination, which is going to explain marks like 4.8.
And those are very disappointing marks, actually, because she had been 8th in figures, but a lot of the women who were behind her in figures have surpassed her in this original program, and that is not going to allow her to improve her positioning at all. She's not going to be able to hold on to that 8th position through this. The second set of marks, 4 9s and 5s, and with these marks she has dropped down into 3rd. She was ahead of Picorni. She's dropped behind her. Patricia Neske was bronze medalist at the European Championships, surprising quite a few people, but she proved it was no fluke by finishing 5th in the figures here. She's one of those European skaters born in the United States in Harbor City, California.
Strong opening with a triple Saukow double toe loop combination. So important to get that combination over with in the original program.
She lives and trains in Oberstdorf.
Strong and very speedy combination spin. We don't see too many of those. This program was pretty clean. The double axel was a slight cave-in on that. It was a clean program, not terribly inspired, but the short program certainly has to be skated without a mistake, or basically without a mistake if you're going to hope to climb with the long program, and so she should be pleased with that. Patricia has a very soft knee. This was the double axel that wasn't quite landed as well as it should have been, but again, so important to skate a clean program here in the original program, and so she can be very pleased with those marks. anything on this level over a 5.5 means that you're climbing into the top group.
And in her first set of marks, as you saw, she did have a couple of 5.6s, and here again, she has a 5.6 from Bulgaria. Those are the second best marks for an original program we've seen so far, but they do put her in first place, still with 5 more. This is the Soviet lady that a lot of people looked at as the one who might finally win a major for them. She was a winner at Skate Canada very closely. She was second in Europe, third in figures here. Mind you, she is experienced. She's 24 years of age now. Natalia Lebedeva.
Combination. Excellent right off the top. A triple toe loop, double toe loop. Beautifully done.
Of course, what we want to see here is a contest amongst these top ladies, and she would have to be one of those for us to have a contest amongst the top 3 or 4.
Where the skater is technically very strong. The program appears to be clean. But the problem with the total impression is a total lack of personality. I don't know whether it's because she's very timid, but the facial expression has remained unchanged from the beginning of the program, and it presents a somewhat lackluster patina to the whole program, which if she just could sort of become a little more animated, her artistic marks certainly would become much higher. Skating the original program can be compared to an obstacle course, which every skater has to go through it without a mistake, and they almost can't hope to graduate into the next level unless they get over this obstacle course without any mistakes. This was a clean program. Again, just a little bit on the dull side, I thought.
I think, Charlie, she did exactly what she did in Birmingham. She was cautious, careful to not make those mistakes. And she's not the 17 or 8-year-old. This one has been around for a long time, though not many appearances at Worlds, but she's 24 years of age now. But as you say, perhaps we shouldn't think back to the Katarina Witts and Elizabeth Manleys and Thomases and people with all that facial expression and presentation that they gave us, but we certainly didn't get it from them. So far, 5.7. Again, I reiterate, there is not a North American, nor a Soviet, nor a Japanese judge. She has a bevy of 5.7s. Should make her the top skater so far in the original, still with 3 more to come, Trenary, Leistner, and Ito. And here are her second set of marks, comparable, 1.58 from Italy. So she is the top performer in the original program so far, and does stand in first place after the original at compulsories, but still 3 more, 2 of whom were well ahead of her, Trenary and Leistner, still to come. Twice the United States national champion, with all the jumps and everything else in her repertoire, but it hasn't happened for her yet. 4th in the Olympics, 5th at last year's Worlds, but she was a very close second here, skated the figures very, very well from the Fassey College in Colorado Springs. often, Caller, she's looked like somebody who was about to win, hasn't she?
Now, right off the top, something which is very difficult is to skate to slow music in the original program. Normally, you need the burst of speed that the music gives you to get you through the combinations. So let's see how she does.
She has put together a rather dynamic medley, as a matter of fact, that picks up.
Nice combination.
And a big smile, which we did not see from the Soviet skater.
Double Axel. Jill certainly looks the part of a world champion. This is exactly the sort of skater that one wants to see as a world champion. Beautiful, slim, beautifully dressed, pretty girl.
And no flaws so far with less than a minute to go. Looking happy. Now you'll recognize this. We couldn't get away from it last year, could we? That's the Olympic music from Calgary.
The program, very strong, absolutely without a mistake, beautifully skated.
Should be the best so far, Caller, I would think.
I would think so, and there was a maturity there that we haven't seen with any of the other skaters. This is perhaps a carryover from the whole group of skaters like Elizabeth Manley and Katarina Witt. Maturity and elegance and beauty, that is something that was very much in evidence with this short program. She can be very pleased with that. I don't think she could have done it any better.
She has great presentation, which is something we keep looking for. From Bulgaria, we have a 5.8 from Sweden, a 5.8 from Italy, and a 5.8 from Belgium. And so far, those are the highest marks that we have seen. There's a little bit of room left there, but let's see what her second set of marks. I think they will be across the board higher, perhaps more 5.8s for her artistic. There should be. She presented herself very, very well. Here they come. East Germany, Great Britain, Sweden, Denmark, Italy, Hungary, and Belgium, all 5.8s with one exception, a Bulgarian judge. Those are first place marks from everyone. First place in this original program, putting her, as she was second in figures, first overall right now, two still to come. Coming into these World Championships, Claudia Leistner, 5 times the West German champion, won the European Championships in Birmingham most convincingly. She was second at the Worlds way back in 1983. Had been waiting a long time, won the figures here, and she is more the true presenter, I think, now than she ever was, Caller, certainly after those European triumphs.
Well, certainly facially in practice, right before the competition, she seems very calm and cool, which is a different kind of Claudia Leistner than I've seen before. She is not going to let the World Championship slip through her fingers without a fight.
Claudia won Skate America this year to get her season off to a brilliant start, and she has not faltered since.
Good combination as well. The same one as Jill Trenary elected to do, which was a triple toe loop, double toe loop. thing that makes this program so extremely unnerving is the fact that you cannot make a mistake. That was not really a mistake. It was a double axel, but I think that the free hip was a little bit dropped, so it wasn't exactly a perfect landing.
There's far more presentation with Claudia than there's ever been in the past. I think she's got it home now, Dollar.
Well, I think she does, but you're going to have to ask yourself, do I like this program better than Trenary's? I think I do not. I think that Jill Trenary skated with perhaps a little more elegance and style, and artistically, I feel that the Trenary program was superior. But remember, you're going against the European champion, and that is a hard competitor to beat.
And you're also going with no North American judge on this panel, or Japanese judge, or Soviet judge, and you do have a judge from West Germany. And Claudia did not make a mistake. She presented herself very, very well. She came in here as the favorite. She won figures.
The program didn't have the glide and the flow that was so captivating with Jill Trenary, and I think that also there were a few tiny mistakes. The double axel wasn't quite landed properly, and also the very, very end was just a tiny bit messy. Those might have been areas where a judge might opt for the Trenary.
Of course, her former coach, Andrea Nepola, passed away very sadly just a few months ago after she had won the Europeans. Well, she has not been able to stay ahead of Jill Trenary. In this original program, she was second to Trenary, and so because of the closeness, the extreme closeness of the compulsory figures, I'll wait for her artistic, but I don't think they're going to put it. No, they are not as high as those attained by Trenary, who had a lot of 5/8. So Claudia Leistner has lost her lead to Trenary at the present time and is second in this original, and that makes her second overall. Now, what is this startling bouncing ball from Japan going to do here? One of the most athletic performers we've ever seen on the ice, Midori Ito. Startled the world with her jumps back in 1984. Still does. She was 6th at last year's Worlds, 6th in figures here, skating last in the ladies' original.
The jumps are so blindingly devastating that there simply isn't a female on the planet that would be able to jump better than Midori. But well, Trenary is going to catch her is in the in-betweens. It's the artistic impression that would help Trenary sustain her lead.
She gets such incredible height in all of her jumps. This is music composed by one of her countrymen and played by the Yamaha Orchestra.
The music, I think, is perhaps not so suitable for her because she is almost being held back by the music. She needs music that is far stronger, the kind of music we saw in the Olympics in Calgary. It sort of is trivializing her skating.
She doesn't have the effervescence that she has had in the past for some reason. Perhaps it is the music.
I think it is the music, Ted, because normally you hear the audience roaring as she skates. If anything, Ted, I think this was a little bit disappointing. I think we all expected a little more from Midori. I think probably it was because of the music. Choreographically, it was not strong. Certainly the elegance of Jill Trenary shone through. I think Trenary is going to beat her on this.
Japanese flags are waving, and she's acknowledging those Japanese colors that are waving in the audience. But this was certainly not the Ito that we saw bring down the house. But she did technically. We haven't seen very many sixes, but when you see these marks come out, look at this. From Italy and Hungary, we have sixes for technical merit. She won't get those, I'm sure, for presentation, but the incredible height of her jumps and a lot of 5.9s, only a couple of 5.8s. With those marks, she is going to win the original, and she's going to definitely move up from 6th place. Now her second set of marks, you can see no sixes there. She did get a 5.9. There's not a Japanese judge on the panel, but with that, she's moved from 6th. Trenary is leading after the original. Leistner in 2nd place after winning figures. Midori Ito has moved up past the 2 Soviets and Neske into 3rd place from the new Canadian champion at our nationals. Was not, had good figures here, 8th, but a disappointing short program, the original program, as it's now called, 15th in that, to be sitting 12th overall after those first 2 elements.
Charlene, I was holding my breath, hoping she would be able to do that. That was a triple Salchow, which of course was not properly done. And this is the major flaw in Charlene's skating. Unfortunately for her, she's a beautiful skater. With her double jump, she jumps beautifully, but she simply doesn't seem to have the triples in her repertoire. The triples are so important in international competition. Salchow again aborted, and strangely enough, it was exactly the same place on the ice. Charlene here. The program was wrought with many mistakes. There was not one single triple jump successfully done. She did open with 2 beautiful double axels, but in this very lofty competition, it simply isn't good enough. It probably would have carried through in the early 70s or in the 60s, but unfortunately, in the 1980s, you simply have got to come into Worlds knowing how to do at least 2 or 3 triple jumps, and so this program really can't be taken.
They're all in the 4s and very low 4s for technical, because there was the elements just weren't there, Calder.
They just weren't there, and unfortunately, even for Canada, they cannot send skaters to international competitions, particularly World Championships, if they don't have the credentials. And unfortunately, the triples are part of the credentials one must have to compete in these competitions. So I feel it's very disappointing for Charlene, but she must have also been aware that this was a major problem in her repertoire.
Out in Paris, that's the situation that presents itself to Karen Preston, who did very well. She was 11th in the original program for ladies after being 17th in figures. This is the biggest moment in the young life of this lady.
Very strong opening. I don't know, Ted. She's entered this competition like an old pro. She has remained calm, cool, and collected throughout the competition, and she is certainly doing her job.
She's been able to cope with the pressures very, very well. She's worked on coping with those pressures, and she's a skater who answers the challenge. When the bell goes for competition, she comes out.
Beautifully done triple Salchow. I don't know how she does it. I mean, she has simply risen to the occasion, and she is out there skating like a total pro. Keep in mind, many of these people, when they make their debut in World Championships, fall apart.
Her coach is one of the nice men in the sport in Canada, Osborne Codson. This is very, very exciting for him. I don't think he can hold his breath for 4 minutes, but he might be trying.
I thought she was a little bit winded right before she went into that jump, but she did it successfully. A triple loop. First one we've seen so far today. A very good double axel as well, and an interesting takeoff there. Instead of doing it from the reverse, you actually step forwards into it. It's more difficult to do it that way.
Extreme concentration on her face, but that double axel did produce a lovely smile from Karen. Just 1 more minute to go for Karen Preston.
Now that was a mistake, and I really attribute that to the fact that I feel that her conditioning here has been suffering a little bit. She's not quite as strong as she was perhaps in Chicoutimi, but still the program is strong, and she has done many of the required elements. toe loop right at the end. I mean, she did that. She was winded. She was hurting, but she put it in right at the end. And this is the new, typical of the new generation that is permeating the skating world and the people that are making waves. It's the ones with the guts and the nerves. And Karen Preston heads the list on both those counts.
Osborne Cotson there. You just had a look at him.
Ted, I'm sorry. I've known this man for like 23 years. Or 30 years, or I don't know how long. His name is Osborne Colson.
Sorry, Dollar. But it's a wonderful moment for him. And a wonderful moment for her, and a very hopeful moment for Canada if she can get up into the top 10. And I think on the basis of that program, she has an excellent chance of doing that. Very, very good marks. The highest across the board that we have seen so far in the ladies free skating.
5-4, 5-2, 5-3, 5-3.
I'll point out to you again, there's not a Canadian judge, nor is there an American judge or a Japanese judge on this ladies panel. Second set of marks for artistic impression, the British judge of 4.9. The British judge here is Wendy Utley. But the rest of them, good marks, and those are first place marks right across the board. Well, at the present time, with 10 skaters to come, she could be no worse than 11th, and I think has an excellent chance of moving up. There's the coach with her, of moving up into, became the European figure skating champion for ladies in Birmingham a little over 6 weeks ago. Came here and she won the figures, but slipped down to third with her original program. She's got a real shot, almost a sure shot at a medal, but what one it's going to be will be decided in the next 4 minutes. Bad start for Claudia. Group of the skaters were the group that captured the excitement of the audience. The supposed A group has as yet not really captured the imagination of the audience. They're making many mistakes. It's a sort of a hit and miss program, and almost every one of the skaters have fallen victim to this. The program, and all of a sudden she was able to regain her concentration, and this part of the program is far superior. This, of course, is the result of many, many years of competing on an international level.
out there, but the jumps basically were of a poor quality. Choreographically, there wasn't a great deal to be said about it either. And what I really lacked seeing on Claudia's part was speed and flow. This is something that Midori Ito, who's coming next, has, and of course the American champion Jill Trenary. But I felt this program was rather on the dull side, but she is to be commended as she was able to pull it together from the very inauspicious beginning that she had with all those.
And 5.6s right across for technical merit. Well, in the free skating so far, she has higher marks than anyone who's skated, particularly Lebedeva, who was in this group. Let's see what her second set of marks look like. Those will be for the artistic. They might go up a little bit, but I rather doubt it. Let's see if she can fetch a 5.8. She does from the East German judge. 5.5 from Italy, another 5.8 from the Hungarian. Well, that is tops in the free skating so far, and does put... Well, this is the... She's not very big, but she's the biggest question mark, certainly, in this competition. This is Midori Ito of the Japanese team, Japanese champion, most exciting skater at the Olympics last year, not that great in the world, but in this day and age, when they want a lot of jumps, you wait and watch her and see how high she gets in the air. Midori Ito of Japan.
Something very historical. That was an absolutely gigantic triple axel, the first ever done by any female in the history of figure skating. Ted, now it's very interesting for anyone who's interested in really analyzing skating. What we're seeing is blinding jumps that simply no one in the world can do. And if you're able to, try and look in between those jumps. And what you're going to find is rather mediocre skating with mediocre spins and mediocre choreography. But if she continues like this, there is no one on the planet that can beat her.
She laid her claim by winning the original program and moving from 6th place after figures to 3rd. Last year we had history by Canada's Kurt Browning, a quad. This year in Paris, this one has made skating history. And still they come.
Skating, but unfortunately it is only unbeatable because she is able to do triple jumps in a way that the world has never seen before. If you're going to look at almost any other aspect of the skating, it is really not up to scratch. It is not a 5.9, but it makes it impossible for any other skater to compete against it because of the jumping ability. program. We will see incredible marks here. It's unfortunate. It's not really the answer to skating, but it is simply unbeatable skating. There is nobody, many of the male skaters would never be able to beat this. And I think we've just seen a new world champion born.
Kurt Browning is standing right behind me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's for technical merit. Tears in her eyes. Tears of emotion. Here are the second set of marks. They're all 5/8 and 5/9. Jill Trenary of the United States, her hometown is now Colorado Springs, where she trains with the Faucis, is going to have to be the best she has ever been in her life. And she knows it, but she skated beautifully in the original. Many people thought she should have received the highest marks because of her artistic ability, but boy, she's got a job of work to do now. Jill Trenary of the United States. Lovely costume.
First mistake had, and in a way you can almost kiss it goodbye. She could not afford a single mistake if she had any plans to beat Midori. That should have been a triple. It was a double, and so I think in many ways that she just has got to think in terms of a silver medal.
She has almost a resigned look about her in some ways.
There it is. In the first minute of the program, she's lost it, and we have the new world champion, Midori Ito. Simply could not skate the program with any kind of mistake. It would have to have been the most inspired program of her life.
She'll now have to fight for that silver to be ahead of Claudia Leistner, who has already skated and is sitting in second place, waiting for Jill Trenary's marks.
The cruel irony of timing in Jill Trenary's career is perhaps at another time she could very conceivably have been a world champion, but unfortunately she had the misfortune of locking antlers with Midori Ito, and you just cannot hope to beat it. And so that was her misfortune. Another frozen jump there. She's going to have trouble beating Claudia Leistner if she continues like this. Cow, very well done.
Physically, she has all the attributes, the appearance of a champion.
She does, Ted, but if you're going to beat somebody like a Midori Ito, you cannot beat them at their own game. And so what she should have done is come with a program so splendidly artistic, somewhat like the Duchesnes did in dance, where you offer an alternative, but the alternative is simply not there. This is a rather generic program. Nothing really special about it, except that she's very beautiful and beautifully dressed. Frozen on almost every jump. This is a major tragedy for her, because the program is simply wrought with many, many mistakes and frozen attempts at jumps, and you can't win a world championship, not in this day and age, when you are making that kind of mistakes. I I think she might be hard-pressed to beat Leistner, but we'll see.
But certainly the day here at the On the Sport in Paris belongs to Midori Ito, who brought down the house, made history with the first triple axel by a lady in competition, is in first place right now, and Jill Trenary will be struggling for the silver. 7 is the highest that she picks up. And I don't think with those, I don't think her other marks can be high enough to bring her up past Claudia now. After those marks, Leistner did beat her for the technical part of the program because of all those frozen jumps and little mistakes. Now the artistic marks, there are 5 8s there from 4 of the judges, but it is not going to be enough for Jill Trenary. She is going to have to settle for the bronze medal. Midori Ito makes history in many ways by becoming Japan's first world figure skating champion. Claudia Leistner gets the silver medal. Jill Trenary does get the bronze. Canada's Karen Preston just missing out of the top 10. She finishes 11th. Charlene Wong in 6th.
President of the International Skating Union presents the gold medal to the Japanese sensation Midori Ito, who certainly has captured the hearts of all Parisians.